Well guys, I'm pretty upset. Sucks really bad. So another day, and I just finished the field. That's a good word. Good couple words, finished the field. And I got a picture message from Leg Arms, and he got the big bud stuck pretty bad. You guys would be upset at me if I didn't film pulling that thing out. So let's hurry up and get over there, because I think they're just about hooked up. If you got a camera, you better film it. Nice too is when you're in the Brute and you can get there going 50 miles an hour. Doesn't take very long. It's like a Cadillac. Yeah, that's a wet spot. Okay, get the drone out. Sucks really bad. While filming that bud being stuck, I was strafing in the drone, and I smacked right in the side of the Brute parked off to the side. I've got 3 cameras rolling. I raced over here to set up. I'm surprised this doesn't happen more, honestly. I'm gonna have to order an arm and figure out how to fix this drone, because I need this drone working next week. I need it. 1,600 bucks for this bad boy. Oh well, it'll run again. Life goes on. Well, after looking at my drone, I'm pretty sure it just needs new props and a new arm. The arm wasn't too bad, it was like...
To say that I have this disease makes the assumption that this disease got a separate life and nature of its own. It doesn't. What if we saw disease not as the things in themselves that have their own nature, but as...
I think you gotta have a dream.
The School of Greatness.
Really? Yeah.
Please welcome Lewis Howard.
What I read about your stuff, what I see about your content, is a lot of people are lost based on trauma. And past traumas cause certain addictions or certain behaviors and routines that maybe are some healthy addictions or unhealthy addictions, but it seems to be like a lot of unhealthy addictions.
Well, can I interrupt right there?
Yes, please.
No such thing as a healthy addiction.
No such thing.
If it's healthy, it's not an addiction. If it's an addiction, it's not healthy. There are passions, there are habits that are healthy, but they're not addictions. I define
Like working out. Like
well, that can be an addiction, or it can be healthy. Right. Like eating can be healthy, or it could be an addiction. I define addiction as any behavior in which a person finds temporary pleasure or relief and therefore craves, but then suffers negative consequences and cannot give it up. So if you're suffering negative consequences, so it's craving relief, pleasure in the short term, harm in the long term, inability to give it up, that's what an addiction is. Now, if you have a behavior that's ongoing, but it has no negative consequences, it's not an addiction. It's a passion, it's a pleasure, it's a habit.
It's a healthy habit.
It's a healthy habit. So for me, it's not an addiction. And also, a healthy habit, a person, if it no longer works for them, they can give it up. So for me, there's no healthy addiction.
There's no healthy addiction.
Yeah. In fact, the word addiction comes from a word for slavery. So there's no healthy slavery.
Interesting. So addiction, what is the root of addiction? The
word?
Yeah.
So in Roman times, an addictus was somebody who was assigned to another person to serve them because they owed them money and they couldn't pay it back.
An addictus.
Yeah, addictus was like a indentured slave who had to work off the debt. So that's what the word actually comes from, is slavery, is a form of slavery.
So if you're addicted to something, you are a slave to that craving.
Absolutely, absolutely. You have no choice. You can. A slave has no choice.
Wow.
And
they have no free will, essentially.
Yeah, and I've had my own addictive behaviors, and nothing like the patients that I worked with. But insofar as I had them, literally, even though I was a well-paid, middle-class, successful doctor, I was not exercising any free choice.
Really?
Over my behaviors. No.
What was the main addiction that you were, tied to? And when did you learn how to break free of that?
Well, so in my life, the main addictions have been to work.
To work.
Yeah.
Work hard, succeed.
Achieve more and more patience, more and more success, more and more. More and more is the essence of addiction. It's always more and more. And there's a reason why I developed that addiction. And that's the hardest one to give up. Then I was addicted for a long time to shopping for classical compact discs. And when I say addicted, I mean I would spend thousands of dollars a day.
On CDs?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, really. And I would lie to my wife about it, and I would neglect my patients. And as soon as I left the store, thinking now I'm complete, my collection is full. Half an hour later, I had to run back. And as I describe in my book, An Addiction in the Realm of Hungry Ghosts, I once left a woman in labor in a hospital to go get.
Ever since man created footwear, there has been foot pain from poor fitting shoes. Perfect Feet found the final piece to solve this puzzle. We can now custom mold your shoes to the shape of your feet. We combine cutting-edge technology like 3D scanning, CNC, and 3D printing with old-fashioned hand craftsmanship to create a one-of-a-kind custom shoe former that molds your shoe to the shape of your foot so you can run, jump, and play without thinking about your feet. Now with a 100% money-back guarantee, you have nothing to lose except your foot pain.